I told you that some detox programs are actually one of the fastest ways to make your symptoms worse? That sounds dramatic, but it's something we see all the time. People jump into an aggressive cleanse. They may lose a few pounds, maybe feel a short burst of energy, but then they often crash. With more fatigue, more brain fog, headaches, anxiety, sleep gets worse, digestion gets worse, hormones feel even more off. And the frustrating part is they often walk away thinking, detox just doesn't work for me. When the truth is, the strategy was wrong for their body at that moment. In our clinic, we're not anti-detox, we're anti-reckless detox. Because your body is already detoxing every single day. The real question isn't whether you detox. The question is, are you supporting the system in a way that helps toxins move out? Or are you stirring things up and forcing them to recirculate? In today's world, with the sheer load of chemicals that we're exposed to through food, water, air, plastics, personal care products, or even chronic stress, the detox bucket overflows for a lot of people. When that happens, your body does what it has to do to survive, often by storing what it can't handle in places it shouldn't, like fat tissue, cell membranes, or other vulnerable areas. Here's the key concept. Right? Detoxification isn't a trendy protocol, it's biology. A big part of detox happens in the liver, and there's two major phases that matter for this conversation, right? Phase one, this is the activation phase. You can think of it like your body taking something irritating or toxic and making it ready to be processed. The problem with phase one is that it can mobilize and stir things up. Meaning that you can actually feel worse if phase two isn't keeping up. So phase two is where the body neutralizes and binds and packages these toxins so that they can actually leave. If phase one is pushed hard, like with intense fasting or juice cleanses, detox teas, or really aggressive supplement stacks, but phase two isn't being supported, you've created a traffic jam. So things get mobilized, but they're not leaving efficiently. And this is why people can feel awful on the wrong detox. Their body didn't fail, their detox plan overwhelmed the system. And here's another layer that most people don't talk about. Toxins don't all exit the body the same way. Some are more water soluble, and they can move out through urine and through sweat. And that's why hydration and minerals and movement and sweating can be supportive, right, when done appropriately. But a lot more problematic stuff, so you can think certain, pesticides or herbicides, molds, other hormone disrupting compounds, other fat soluble toxins, those often leave through bile. And bile, what happens is it gets released from the liver and, stored in the gallbladder, and it goes from the gallbladder to your digestive tract. And so here's the real issue. Your body is designed to recycle most bile. So if your bile is carrying toxins and you don't bind those toxins in the gut, there's a very real chance that they get reabsorbed and sent right back to the liver. That recycling loop is a major reason why people feel like they're detoxing but never actually getting ahead. A simple way to picture it is this. So imagine your body is a house that's been collecting dust for years, right? If you walk in with a leaf blower and you just blast the dust everywhere, sure, it's moving, but it's not actually leaving. So, in fact, your air is worse. Everything is irritated at this point, and the dust is just going to start to resettle. And that's what happens when you mobilize toxins without adequate support for elimination. So a smart detox plan, it doesn't just stir things up. It builds the exit routes, and it makes sure that the trash is actually taken out. So this is why weight loss methods can backfire for some people. If your body has been storing toxins in fat tissue as a protective strategy, rapid fat loss can release more into circulation than your liver can process in real time. People blame the method, whether it be GLP-1s or fasting or keto or whatever, but the deeper issue is often that elimination pathways weren't supported, the drainage pathways. So the body got overloaded again. And when toxins recirculate, They don't just create random symptoms, they can disrupt things that keep you functioning. They can inflame the cell membranes, they can interfere with the hormones, irritate the nervous system, and contribute to gut imbalance. We see the pattern, right? It can be fatigue or brain fog, headaches, poor sleep, mood swings, stubborn weight, low libido, digestive issues. That feeling of I'm doing all the right things for my body, but it just isn't responding. In many cases, there's a missing step. It's not just detox activation, it's detox completion. So, what does a safer, smarter approach actually look like? It starts with the question, is your body ready? Do you have enough energy reserve to detox? Because detox isn't free. Your body needs nutrients and cellular energy to do it. So if someone is already depleted or inflamed, running on empty, pushing a hard detox at this point can be like asking them to sprint on a sprained ankle, right? And it's a really good analogy on a sprained ankle because you can just imagine how hard it is to try to run on that ankle. That's what your body does when it's trying to push through a hard detox. So the first phase of a true root cause plan is often about getting the basics online. Simple things, hydration, minerals, protein, gut support, bile flow support when appropriate, and nervous system regulation so the body can actually shift into repair mode. Then we look at elimination routes. Are you having regular bowel movements? Are you sweating? Is your sleep supporting liver rhythm? Are you eating in a way that supports bile flow and gut motility? And most importantly, are you using the right tools so toxins don't just get mobilized, but actually get carried out? That's where strategic binding can matter for some people. Because if toxins are dumped into the gut through bile and then reabsorbed, you'll feel like you're just stuck in this loop, right? This is why we don't teach detox as a one-size-fits-all cleanse. We teach it as a personalized strategy. The right pace, the right timing, the right support, and the right sequencing. Because when detox is done correctly, the goal isn't to just suffer through a protocol, it's to create momentum, is to have that clearer thinking, better sleep, more stable energy, less inflammation, more resilience. That's the version of the detox that actually changes people's lives. If you've tried detox programs before and they made you feel worse, it really doesn't necessarily mean that detox is wrong for you. It may mean that your body needed a different order of operations, different sequencing, right? That's exactly what we help people figure out.